Hello everybody, I'm just recording this video to introduce you to my book which I've just written, which is being published as we speak. And it's a book called Tarot: The Quest for Egypt, and it's about the link between tarot cards and Egypt. And I did some research a couple of years ago looking at all the connections and discovered that there is indeed a link between tarot and Egypt, but it really isn't the one that I originally thought it would be. People like Levi thought that, Eliphas Levi thought that tarot cards originated in Egypt, but lots of research has been done to show that tarot cards originated in Italy in the 1500s, which I investigated in my book. So the first chapters of my book, I'm talking about how tarot came about and where it emerged from. I did find a link between tarot and the Kabbalah, which obviously other people have discovered. And I've also discovered new information about how the Kabbalah got into the tarot, because many people have noticed that, and some people think it's just a coincidence, or that it might be that people who wrote tarot knew about the Kabbalah. But when I researched the history of tarot, I discovered that the first set of tarot cards that had the numbering that links to the Kabbalah were actually created in Paris in 1650. And at that time the Jews were being persecuted in Paris. So I have speculated that the Kabbalah was put into the tarot cards by a printer who was merely making a set of cards for his master, who would have been seeing the tarot cards as just a set of playing cards, because tarot cards were popular playing cards at the time. So this is the first part of the book. I go into a lot more detail about that and how it all happens. And so this was a very interesting link that I found, particularly as nobody else has found it before. In fact, Aleister Crowley said that the origins of the tarot don't really matter, which in some respect they don't if you just want to use them, but I always think it's interesting to find out where things come from. So the fact that tarot got involved in magic because of a Jew trying to hide his faith from persecution in Paris in 1650, I found very interesting and quite important to give credit where credit's due, because he does this in a very clever way, which I've also put in my book. In the appendix, I've got copies of those particular tarot cards, and if you look at the appendix, you'll see how they are actually, the pictures are like the shapes of the Hebrew letters that they correspond to. So this is the first episode of my TikTok videos. So next time I'm going to be talking about the next stage of my research, which was where the Kabbalah came from, because I thought if there's no direct link between tarot and Egypt, maybe there's a link between the Kabbalah and Egypt. So if you want to like and follow this, and also buy a copy of my book, there'll be a link at the bottom of this video. Thanks very much.